So, Johnny Somali. Johnny Somali. So, I know this was one of the charges that we've seen. The deep fake with the Korean streamer Bong Bong. Bong Bong. But it seems like it's more, I guess, detailed and fleshed out now. Streamer Johnny Somali is now facing up to 31 years in prison in South Korea after being hit with another charge. He's charged with a second count, a second count now, of distributing false videos in the form of deepfakes, which is a huge crime in South Korea. Johnny Somali facing up to 31 years in jail after being charged with another crime. Streamer Johnny Somali has been charged with yet another crime in South Korea and is looking at a maximum of sentence of 31 years behind bars in the country. Numerous broadcasts, a streamer disrespected Koreans, disrupted businesses, confronted other content creators, and even was even KO'd by a former Korean Navy SEAL. Somali ended up being charged with some of his stream content in an ongoing trial that saw him show up late and hungover to his first court appearance. Actually, I think his next one is soon, like the 12th, I think. Something like that. Somali ended up being charged for some of his stream content and ongoing. Yeah, we just read that. That was my mistake for reading it again. On May 8th, 2025, it was reported that Somali was charged with a second crime, which would add another 10 plus years on top of his other charges. Okay, so Johnny Somali allegedly using deepfakes to create a video that looked like he was kissing popular Korean streamer Bong Bong. Bong Bong. According to YouTube lawyer Legal Mindset, Johnny Somali was hit with a second count of distributing false video in the form of deepfakes, something that's considered a crime in Korea. Previously, he was facing a single count allegedly for sharing a deepfake of deepfakes of Korean streamer Bong Bong kissing him. But now the second charge, as per Legal Mindset, is probably from other Korean streamers who had a run-in with Somali, such as the Korean Navy SEAL who was fined for punching the American. Deepfakes carry a maximum penalty of 10.5 years in jail. So if he's found guilty on both counts, 21 years just for that. 21 years just for deepfakes. This dude really is setting a record for the quickest time of fucking around and finding out. But that doesn't include the other charges filed against him. So far, he's pled guilty to one count of obstruction of business, but he has an additional charge against him too. Obstruction of business carries a maximum penalty of 5 years. So in total, if found guilty of each charge and gets a maximum penalty, it'll add up to 31 years. Now, I think, yeah, this is when he's trying to gaslight people to make them think that he just spilled some water. Like, oh yeah, I got a charge, and all I did was spill some water. Tell me if this looks like it's just spilling some water. Just watch. So obviously he's, doing his little racist accent, trying to act like he speaks Korean when it's not. It's just racist. And this is when he spills the water. So, that looks like it's more than just water. Oh, gee, and what's this? Oh, gee, so it looks like this stupid fucking dickhead was doing more than just spilling water, wasn't he? But he wants to try to gaslight his fucking 12-year-old fan base. Like, I just spilled water. I don't see what the big deal is. So, yeah, there's that. This isn't including other possible charges that haven't been filed yet. He's accused of threatening to spread HIV, broadcasting North Korean propaganda, and violating anti-terrorism laws. Japan knows what's... Is that a fox or a cat? Oh, it is a fox. It is a fox. I was like, was that a fox or a cat? This is great and all, but what kind of dumb system does Korea have that it takes so long to actually get someone in? Okay, well, if it was America, he'd still be waiting. He's already had his first court case. If it was America, he'd still be waiting. And not only that, he'd probably be found innocent. So, he is truly trying to speedrun. Uh-huh. In South Korea, deport him to North Korea might unite the Korean Peninsula. Can we pitch in to add additional years? He can go fuck himself. This is what the prison will look like. Oh well. He deserves it. You get what you fucking deserve. Streamer Johnny Somali, deepfakes for clout, 31 years for real. Popular opinion, deserved. People forget that the freedom of speech doesn't exist in many other countries, and they don't put up with their antics. Yep. Yeah. I hope he never sees the daylight again. Man, those cabbages are going to be well tended to. Well, that's one way to ruin his career. Deepfakes can lead to real consequences. Just ask anyone who's learned that the hard way. Give him the max sentence and double it. Just to make an exactly. That's one of the best parts of this. It's setting an example. The official mascot to fuck around and find out. Good, this guy is terrible. Move him to North Korea. Thank you, South Korea, for this public service. Let this be real, please. News that warms your bones. Got Uncle Vernon. Justice. This is from with Harry Potter and what was it? Prisoner of Azkaban, when Harry accidentally, of course, inflates his aunt and she goes floating away. The Ministry of Magic sends him a little letter telling him that he's been expelled from Hogwarts, and then Uncle Vernon does this. It's like, justice. Should get 100 minimum, to be honest. Add 19 more. Still not enough. Yeah, he sounds like the type. 31 years? Wah, wah, wah. Good. Yeah, like I said, he tries to gaslight his fucking 12-year-old fan base into thinking that he just spilled some water. Like, does that look like it's just spilling some water? I don't know why they're so angry. All I did was spill some water. But of course, it's fucking 12-year-old fan base and every other adult, mentally challenged adult who watches him. Like, oh, you leave Johnny alone. You're just mad and you're fat and ugly. Okay, yeah, I'm fat and ugly. Definitely not mad because he's going to be the one. He's the one who decided to go over to another country. He's the one who decided to disrespect said country. All this for clout. He's the one who said, I don't care. I don't care what I do. All I care about is the money. So, okay, I'm not the one doing that shit. I'm not going to other countries and disrespecting their fucking people. Please leave him. No one cares. Man can't just can't stop taking L's. He is not going to prison yet because he still has another trial. They're not going to just send him to prison. I mean, it'd be great, but that's not how it works. Even in other countries, they're not just going to send him to prison. He needs to be found guilty first before they send him to prison. Bro is going to unlock the infinite jail time achievement. Probably. But, yeah, this dude, between disrupting, like, the video you just saw with him with the noodles and throwing the noodles, the deep fake that he made, the blasting North Korean propaganda, the kissing the Statue of Peace, you know, twerking on it. This dude, not to mention, every time he opens his mouth, he was paid like $5 to prank call the Korean police. So every time this dude opens his mouth or does something, he just incriminates himself. I mean, making a prank phone call to the police alone should carry some kind of weight, like it does here, like making a fake 911 call. It should be the same thing in South Korea. And he did it. Why? Because someone paid him like $5 to do it. So, you know, his little fucking 12-year-old fan base, or, you know, his mentally challenged adults can come out here and say whatever they like. Oh, you're a fat, ugly gooner incel living in mommy's basement. Even if I was, I'd rather be that than some fucking douchebag like him who goes around to other countries and makes a fucking fool of himself for internet clout. So I'm glad I'd be a fucking fat incel basement dweller any day of the week. At least I'm not doing this fucking shit. But yeah, second charge, and he just doesn't know when to stop. He just doesn't know when to stop, and he's not going to. He's not going to. But anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.